Hey y'all, today we are making baked macaroni and cheese. Stick around. All right, so we're gonna start off by boiling some water. I am using my Our Place pot. I'm gonna fill out about halfway full and let it get to a rolling boil. I am going to add in some salt, about a teaspoon, and then about 3 or 4 tablespoons of olive oil so that the pasta doesn't stick. All right, so I'm going to next add in my elbow noodles. I'll have all the measurements and ingredients in the description box. I'm going to add those in and give them a good stir because they kind of stick when you first get them put in. And this is a high heat. I'm going to turn it down to medium once the noodles are in there and stir it every 5 minutes or so to make sure they're not sticking to the bottom of the pan. I cooked them for about 12 minutes or until al dente. And now I am going to drain them, but a bowl at the bottom to keep that pasta water because we're going to use it later. All right, so there is our water. All right, so we're going to keep that water, preserve it, just set it to the side, and we're going to add in about 4 to 5 tablespoons of butter to our pasta and just mix that through. All right, so next we are going to get to working on our roux. We are going to, on low heat, maybe a number 3 or so, add about 5 tablespoons of butter and let that melt down. We are going to add, after the butter is melted, about a heaping tablespoon of flour, and this is your roux. So it's almost like making gravy. Just going to mix that around. Make sure your heat is not too high. Medium, low is fine. Low is fine. And then we are going to add in, let's see what we got here, our pasta water. So I'm using about a cup of that just to start, and I'm lowering my temperature, adding in a can of carnation milk and just going to stir that around. Then we're going to add our cheese. I'm going to use almost this whole bag and just save like half a cup to put over top. And then we're going to add some mozzarella. I'm going to just use half of the bag of the mozzarella and stir that around really well. Right, so I am going to add another cup of the pasta water after I've mixed these two together so that it can kind of be smooth and a little bit runny. So just going to mix that around, and then I am going to add in my cream cheese. So going to add that in and just let that melt all the way down. All right, so here is the consistency. It still has a little bit of cream cheese in there, so I'm just going to melt that down. But this is the consistency you want. Going to add in all my seasonings, and they will be listed below also. And then just going to stir that around and turn off the heat. Right, so I have a big bowl and I'm just pouring the cheese sauce into the bowl with the pasta and just going to stir everything around really well. All right, this took a little bit of elbow grease, honey. I was stirring for a good while, but you want to stir this around and make sure that all your noodles are completely coated. And then I'm going to grease a baking dish with butter. You can use a pie pan or whatever you like. I made a couple of dishes because I'm giving to a couple of people. So this one is the one that I like because it's a deep dish kind of thing. It's a bread pan. So I'm just going to add the pasta in all the way to the top. And then I'm going to sprinkle some cheese over top. And then after we put the cheese over there, we're going to put some paprika on top for a little bit of color. And I'm going to loosely cover this with foil so that the cheese doesn't stick to the foil. And I'm going to bake this for about 30 minutes on 400. All right, so I'm going to remove the foil and let this broil for 5 minutes. Make sure you watch it because you don't want it to burn. But this is what it looks like after it's all done. I hope you guys enjoy. Happy Thanksgiving. Let me know if you try this recipe. Bye.